Welcome, Aquarius, to your mid-month love reading for August. Thank you so much for tuning in. Now, this reading relates to all your relationships, your love partners, your work colleagues, your family, your friends, but most importantly, your relationship with yourself is also comes up in these readings. Now, this is a general reading, Aquarius, so take what resonates for you and let the rest go. Now, this month, you start out with wonderful, fresh energy in the Fool. And the Fool card, when it comes to love, talks about a sense of freedom. Actually, this is a brand new beginning for many of you. Now, this can talk about a brand new beginning when it comes to love and relationships. It can also talk about a brand new beginning in existing relationships as well. But this, as I said, is a card of freedom, and it's a new cycle here, a brand new beginning. And you know, the things that really satisfied you in the past, they don't seem to satisfy you much at the moment anymore, Aquarius. And I feel like you are sort of in the process of shaping some new plans here for yourself, and they might not be coming up within the next 4 to 6 weeks, but you are certainly beginning to plan how you want your new life, your new relationships to look. And this is a time just to have fun. This is a very playful energy when you get the Fool, and it really talks about just having some spontaneity in your life and letting that bubble up and letting it spread over your entire life, not just your relationships. Now, I can see Opportunity Beckons card there, which is traditionally the Four of Cups in a tarot deck, in a normal tarot deck. This is the Psychic Tarot for the Heart deck. But in a traditional deck, this is the Four of Cups, and this can talk about boredom. I'll go into that card in a little bit more detail. But the Fool card is saying that there is this new energy available. Now, this can also talk about journeys that are going to be taking place for you. Now, this can be a metaphorical journey as well in your mind. But for some of you, you might be actually traveling with a loved one or meeting to traveling to meet someone new, but the Fool does talk about traveling. And it also talks about some of you may have ended a long-term commitment here and you are starting afresh, but it does talk about change and things sort of. It's also saying that you've got this carefree attitude when it comes to relationships as well. And if you are currently alone, you're not in a relationship, you're not feeling very depressed about it at all. In fact, you're feeling quite happy about it. And it's almost like there's this perfect opportunity to reassess your attitude toward relationships. And you know, if you're single now and in the past you've tried to create loving relationships and failed, you might be asking yourself some questions about why this has happened. You know, were your expectations at the time too high? Did you try and fit into a mold rather than just be yourself? You know, there's lots of questions that are going to be coming up at this time. But the Fool talks about relationships that are quite unique. So if you are single, I feel like someone could be coming into your life that promises some unconventional kind of relationships. They're going to be a very unforgettable person, and they might be a little bit challenging as well, because it could be that you are from a different social or cultural background than this person is. And this is kind of going to require some adjustments, both from yourself and this new person that may be coming into your world. But it can also talk about someone who's a lot younger or a lot older than yourself as well. But whatever these kind of differences are, this person that's coming into your life can really open your eyes and show you a wider world than what you've ever really dreamed was possible from your past relationships. Now, this is really like going to shake you up a little bit, this person, because they are so different to what you would normally be going out with. And this person's got a real lust for life, and also a lust for, or I don't know if a lust, hunger, I guess, for knowledge and passion, for ideas, and it's very it's very, what's the word, catching almost. It's like it makes you feel this way as well. It sparks a newness in you, and you're really going to sort of discover the playful side of love when you meet this person, because this is someone that loves fun, loves to have fun, and loves to laugh. And this is going to be so good for you, Aquarius. Now, this could be someone that may not hold down a very steady job. So if this is a real issue for you, just don't get too involved with this person. If you're able to provide for the both of you, then that's absolutely fine. But this could be someone that doesn't really hold down a steady job or finds their money in unusual ways, but they still seem to find the money to buy you kind of amusing little gifts, or spring some surprises on you or something like that. But yeah, if that is an issue for you, Aquarians, I know a lot of Aquarians are on that cusp of Capricorn, and they might have a lot of Capricorn energy in there, and that might turn them off a little bit. So just make sure that that's okay. Now, if you are in an existing relationship, I feel like, your relationship is a little bit unconventional as well, or it might have evolved in an unusual way, or you might have met under unusual circumstances. It's that kind of energy. But as I said before, travel is often highlighted with this card. So if you're not in lockdown like we are in Australia at the moment, and you can travel around, you might be going on a journey together, and just having some fun, I feel. Yeah, and I feel like, the best times that you have with your partner, if you are in a relationship, are the ones where, you're spending time apart from that daily grind. You're on holidays, or you're getting away from things. And that's really the best times for both of you. You really enjoy each other's company, and you can have that fun and playfulness that really energize you. So this is wonderful energy. I'm loving this for you, Aquarians, this new fresh start for many of you, and possibly even that new love for a lot of you as well. Now, you've got the Listen card. Now, traditionally, this would be the High Priestess in a normal deck, and this is a very intuitive card. This is a card about really quietening that mental chatter and listening. And in relationships, it's really important to pay attention to what the other person is really saying to you. So, quite often, when you're having a conversation, you might be already planning what you're going to be saying while the other person's still talking. So you're not really listening to that person. And, because you're doing that, you're making assumptions about where the conversation's going, and you're planning your part of the conversation accordingly to how you think it's going to go. But when this happens, you're not really hearing what that other person is saying. And therefore, you're not actually present. So when the listening card comes out in a love reading, it really is talking about just quietening yourself, your mind, and centering yourself and being totally present, paying full attention. Don't let your mind wander off to what's going on at work while the other person's talking away. Look at the person, make eye contact, and this is all your relationships. Use your body language, use your eyes, use everything to show that person that you are present and you are listening and you're hearing. Not only the words, but the expression that they're using, the tone. And also, most importantly, use your intuition to get a sense of what is being said. What the person that you're speaking with is saying and feeling. Intuition is really going to help you hear what's not said verbally, and pick up on those subtle things that you get from people, when you're actually there and present and listening. But this is quite a powerful card, and it's wonderful to give that gift to your partner, to be there, and parents, children's friends, co-workers, even your pets. Look at them, love them, anyone you meet, really. And it's almost like give this gift to them, Aquarius. Now you've got the lead card there as well. Now 2 major arcana cards here. This traditionally would be the Emperor card, and this is a card about structure and effort. And when it comes up in terms of a love reading, it can be a bit of a hindrance or a bit of a help. It's a duality kind of thing here. Really look at the role that you are playing in your relationship. Are you taking the lead and guiding the direction of the relationship, or do you follow the other person? What role are you taking in this relationship here? And if you're not in a relationship, you're looking at past relationships, ask yourself those questions, because the Fool was saying that you are going to be looking at your past relationships if you are single, and sort of analysing them and finding out why they weren't successful for you. So this is really, again, kind of asking you to look at these kind of things. And if you're the leader, are you forcing your will on the other person? Are you being too controlling, like an emperor that is ruling with a iron fist kind of thing? And if you're the follower, are your needs getting met? You have to make sure that you are in a relationship where you feel you are being nourished as well. A solid relationship is one that involves give and take and lead and follow. It's a flowing kind of energy, and there has to be this exchange of energy if it's going to be a true successful relationship. Now, if you are the leader, this card is telling you be the guide, not the not the one that dominates. Guide people. This is going to be way more successful for you. And the focus on the intellectual rather than the emotional side of relationships as well. It comes up here. Now, you're quite good at intellectual kind of things, Aquarius. You are very much, you know, you're an air sign, so you're quite comfortable intellectualizing things here. Let's put it that way. And I feel that it's good to use your intellect when the Emperor card comes up. You know, how is the relationship serving everyone that's involved? Look at it like from that kind of perspective. You know, and if a relationship is to be healthy and strong, everyone's needs need to be met. So you really need to make sure that there is this balance there to make sure that it is healthy and everything's going okay. Now, I feel like this is very connected with the Fool card in a way, even though it may not seem like it. I feel like you are starting out fresh. You are asking yourself a lot of these questions, and like I said, whether you're in an existing relationship or not, you may be approaching future relationships in a different way, and you also may be approaching your existing relationship in a bit of a different way here as well. Now, the card that I spoke about before, Opportunity Beckons, this, as I said, can be a card of boredom. It can also be a card of delusion a little bit as well, but it is a card of action. It can be a card of action because you know, if you're complacent in a relationship or even bored with what you've got, you might be just forgetting to see the magic of your interactions with others, and you're really failing to invest time and effort to maintain that human loving link that you once had. Or if relationships have failed in the past, these might be some of the things that you kind of come to realize over the next few weeks. Now, if you've actually been looking for a relationship for some time without any success, it could be that you're feeling a little bit disillusioned or discouraged, and just think, I'm never going to get in I'm never going to be in a relationship. It's never going to happen. But don't allow that your enthusiasm to diminish, because when you have that energy around you, that's what you give out. And if you've been struggling to improve your relationship as well, you might be thinking, look, this isn't going to happen, this is never going to work, I'm never going to get this relationship back to where it was. But I feel like try not to let that negativity enter into your mind, because you might miss an amazing opportunity that does show itself, and there is something that's going to be happening for you that's going to allow you to attain what it is that you want within an existing relationship, or find the love that you want as well. But it requires you to be active and to be enthusiastic. So try and lift your spirits if you are feeling that boredom or feeling like this is never going to happen for me, and look for the opportunities that are going to be presenting themselves, and then jump on them, because they absolutely will present themselves when this card shows up. So I hope I didn't ramble on too long there, Aquarius. I always try to keep these short, but they never are. They always go too long. So I'll leave it there. If you're not really into love, I do have monthly readings that I do as well. So I'll leave a link for you here so you can check that out. Thanks, Aquarius, and I hope to see you next month. Bye.